One of the problems facing people in our larger cities is that housing development hasn't always kept pace with industrial growth and the rise in the standard of living. There are still large areas of closely packed houses, originally built to be near the factories, row after row of cramped little terraced homes. Of course, as cities like Belfast prospered, they spread outward. Better transport facilities reduced the need for people to live close to their work. Roads on the outskirts became wider, and the houses there had some sort of a garden. As the demand for land increased, a tendency arose to build bigger and higher housing blocks with little personal privacy. But whatever their other advantages, there's always the town atmosphere, the hustle and bustle of city life. Less chance for the children to grow up in quiet, healthy surroundings. For no city play area can compare with the peaceful, open countryside. Can these curtains, so essential for screening you from outsiders but darkening the house, be as pleasant as picture windows overlooking your own colorful garden? Why not take the chance to change the closed-in feeling of the backyard and the entry for the open freshness of the garden? Here, when you hang out the clothes to dry, you can be sure they'll stay clean. And think of the children. School in the city can be fine, but getting there isn't always so pleasant in the busy, smoky streets. And the footpath isn't the best of playgrounds. Yet within a few miles of Belfast, there are bright new towns you can move to, where there's a place for your children in a beautiful rural atmosphere with plenty of space for play. Admittedly, it's a big step to change the surroundings of a lifetime for something quite new. There's an awful lot to think about. Is there work for the husband? A part-time job for the wife? Plenty to do in your spare time. Shops, open spaces and play areas for the children well away from traffic. Why not find out more about it all? The houses, the churches, the schools, the sports facilities, everything it has to offer. It'll not cost as much as you might think. There are substantial cash grants to help you. Spare a few minutes and come along to the Development Advice Centre. It's right in the middle of Belfast, and they'll be very glad to see you.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm thinking of moving out of Belfast. Can you help me at all?
Yes, certainly. Would you just come this way, please?
Talk it over with one of our staff. They've all the facts and will be only too pleased to help. But before we go into the housing question, let's take a look at some of the attractions the new towns are offering. Pleasant views and walks and open space. Lots of room for a chat. And for the children and the old folks to enjoy themselves. No busy road to cross on the way to school. Education is well catered for, and schools are within easy and safe walking distance of home. Bright and spacious, they offer encouragement to the children in their important early school years. And when they go on to the secondary or technical schools, they'll still be within easy reach of home. Health is all important and centres are handy, so a visit to the doctor or dentist is no problem. And if an emergency arises, there are good hospitals in the new towns to deal with the trouble. Shopping facilities are still expanding, and all the everyday things are easily come by. And there's no worrying about the youngster who wanders off, for there's no traffic danger in these car-free shopping centres. The first question, of course, must be, are there jobs in these areas? Already a number of well-known firms have set up factories in the neighbourhood, and they have a record of expansion. In addition, land has been taken over for further industrial development. All the necessary services are available, and there's every encouragement for the company interested in moving to the area. Smaller working units can be established in a very short time. So there must be an ever-increasing number of vacancies for skilled and unskilled workers alike. And there's a government training centre too, should you need to change your occupation. With work within easy reach, there are no crowded buses or roads. So when the man of the house comes home, he'll have time and energy left for other things. And right on your doorstep, so many of the other things you need. All this for the asking. And when it comes to housing, there's a large selection available, and the choice is yours. Bright, modern rooms to thrill even the most house-proud of housewives. Maybe you'd like to own your own home. Areas have been reserved for private house building. Mini estates, you may call them, and all within easy reach of shops, schools, places of worship, and so on. With a nice modern house to go into and a clean area to live in, you might even find time to take on a part-time job. There'll be opportunities as industry expands, and work in the hospitals and clinics. The public services have to be kept going, and the shops too, so it shouldn't be too hard to find something suitable. Doesn't it seem a long way off, the noise and bustle of the city, when you're by Loch Ness? But it's still there within easy reach for that occasional big shopping expedition or a visit to friends and relations. You can go by car, bus, or train. And with improved facilities and services, commuting to Belfast can be a practical proposition. And the shopping expedition or evening out will be all the nicer for being a special event. When you look back on your old life, you'll have no regrets after sampling the bright atmosphere of your new home. So what's it to be? To stay put, or to move to the open freedom of the new towns? A difficult journey to school? Or a pleasant one, playing all the way? Handy, carefree shopping, or constant bustle and crush? leisure opportunities for all the family on your doorstep, good fresh air to breathe, and the countryside all around. Above all, a home of your own, a quiet corner to enjoy with your family, content in the knowledge that the change you made must be for the better.
We soon made up our minds. We're here for keeps.